Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Heart out of the can for the Mortuary Haunted House.
Yes, it's that time again. Halloween season!
Yes, and then we are super excited, but first, we must address the elephant in the room. Not a literal elephant in the room.
Well,
that
of
would
course
not fit.
not. Unless it was puppy-sized.
And puppy-sized elephant would be awesome.
Yeah.
We've already established that though. But no, we do have to address the question I know is on everyone's mind. Where are the Garbage Horror episodes? All 5 of you have written and demanded it. And we're here to tell you they are coming.
Yeah, life kind of happened.
Yeah, life kind of happened. We took a break for a while to improve our equipment and sort of work on things with some filmmakers locally.
Right.
And then we did the whole we're coming back video. And then life got in the way again. Trip to the UK, Hurricane Isaac.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happened. Backed up really quickly there. But we are coming back. We are doing it. After haunt season, after we finish with our haunted house,
Yeah.
new episodes will be forthcoming. 2 have already been mostly shot and just have to be stitched together and get some final footage. And we accept punishments.
Yes, we're getting that from Nerdfighteria.
The Vlog Brothers, if you have punishment ideas for us for being away for so long, leave them in the comments, send them as an email. We will definitely consider them. However, we get to choose our own punishments. But we do take suggestions. But anyways, back to the matter at hand.
The Mortuary.
The Mortuary. Last year, we did a whole bunch of reviews of New Orleans area haunted houses. Turned out to be really popular. We're doing them again this year, but we're going to try to keep it somewhat quick.
Yeah.
And so we're starting with the Mortuary Haunted House. This is the haunted house in New Orleans, best known for being inside a real, supposedly haunted mortuary.
Yes, it's in a historical building.
And that does put some limitations on it. They
Right.
can't do a lot of modifications or changes to it, which really it doesn't have to have a lot because it's creepy as is.
And the outside looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
They don't need a facade.
Down that note, one warning though, it is not handicap accessible. You have to
Right.
be very ambulatory in order to get through this haunt. Lots of stairs, lots of narrow passages, just because it's a historical building. They can't make it handicap accessible,
Right.
unfortunately. But let's walk through the history of this. 2007, first year we went.
Right.
First year they're open.
Well, yeah.
It wouldn't make much sense to go to the haunted house before it was open. We walked through with very mixed feelings about it. Not mixed.
It wasn't mixed. I mean, we pretty much didn't like the wait in line versus the payoff in the haunt.
Yeah, it was a very, very short walk through, under
Yeah.
10 minutes that year. Tickets were expensive. The wait in line was excruciating, which it still is, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, it felt like a bought and paid for haunted house. They hadn't
Right.
really built up their acting base.
Right, so they had a lot of props.
And they were
Heavy
cool
props.
props, but it's like, if you're a haunter,
Yeah.
you get those catalogs and you're like, they bought that, they bought that, they bought that.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like they just bought and paid for the haunt. So we skipped 2008, 2009, walk-through time increased a lot, they opened up the basement, and the acting started to get pretty good.
Right, and they had more actors.
More actors, better actors, and then they improved it in 2010, 2011. In 2011, and go back to our review, it was at least a solid haunt.
Yeah.
And this year they unveiled their new theme, Cirque Du Fear. And I almost screwed it up again.
Yeah,
Really?
because they call it Cirque Du Freak all the time.
I mean, literally,
They're
I think
saying, you're
three,
the freaks.
I think 3 out of 4 people we heard say the name said Cirque Du Freak.
Yeah.
It's a carnival theme at
In
a
the
mortuary.
In a historical district. Why?
I'm not feeling it, dude. Sorry. This haunt was really making so much progress. I was really stoked this year, and then I heard about this scene, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense with the history of the haunt or with the
No,
history of the building. The story to get the circus inside of the mortuary is arbitrarily
It was
put
very
together.
forced.
Yeah.
It was very contrived, and it was And frankly, the Cirque Du Fear portions of the haunt really didn't fit in. They were done what seemed to be very hastily. The decorations and so forth were largely just vinyl sheeting. The characters did not seem like they belonged. It seemed very out of place, and it frankly sucked me out of it more than it put me in.
Yeah, and there were a couple of scenes that were so out of place that was just instant. Like the girls who were screaming all the way, they stopped screaming.
It was
Confusing.
pretty. It was really confusing, really out of place, And, you know, there's a reason why most haunts iterate and evolve rather than revolutionize themselves. It's because when you do that, and we've got personal experience in this with our little haunt, you screw up as much as you fix. It's just inevitable. And, you know, your only hope is that you walk away with a net positive. I don't think they did, unfortunately. It was, I think this one is actually worse than last year. Most of my favorite things were there last year. So I don't know. And the wait in line is still excruciating.
Yes.
And let's face it, the entire outside of the haunt is chaos. There were line jumpers or people cutting in line.
Right.
The wait, even though we were first in line.
I know, because we got there really freaking early.
6:40, the box office doesn't open till 7. We still did not get into the haunt until nearly 8.
Yeah.
We waited way over an hour to get in, despite being first. Really frustrating. And like I said, there was a stage show outside that we can't talk about. We didn't see because you can't see it if you're at the front of the line. So screw you, buddy. You got here early.
Yeah.
You were a good citizen. You don't get to see the show. They did have the Ravencroft character, sort of the mortician going around interacting, and he's not... I wasn't feeling the love from the crowd for him, I gotta be honest.
No, his jokes were falling pretty flat.
Yeah, talking about beating kids a lot. Yeah, I find it amusing, but that's because I am a horrible human being that should not be allowed near children.
Just because we torment them.
We love tormenting children. There's a reason we run a haunted house, okay? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, because we go to haunted houses and we signal the actors who's the scared.
And we mentioned those queue jumpers, and there were 2 girls, and we let them go first. We let them go, screw it. You want to cut in line, go right ahead. And we're just totally screwing them over, setting them up. They'd get in front of us, they get scared and fall behind, and then we start queuing the actors up. We're used to seeing the blind spots.
Right.
And I don't know if the actors appreciate it or not. I feel like a jerk when I'm doing it, but man, the reactions are worth it. I'm sorry if I'm a jerk. It's totally...
You're not sorry for being a jerk.
No, I'm not.
It's kind of who you are.
It is my nature, but no, it's just bad because I know we're not going to give the best reactions.
Right.
Even when we do get startled, we don't scream and fall. These girls were crashing into everything.
Yeah.
I figured they'd want to have the really good scare.
In fact, they got so scared that we got completely separated from them.
Yeah, we lost them somewhere around the claustrophobia tunnels. I have no idea where they went.
Yeah, we waited and waited.
I mean, so our 15-minute walkthrough was probably padded by about 2.5 minutes or so waiting for them.
Right, because we really wanted to see their reaction to the next part.
You don't jump in line around me and expect to get away with that. I'm going to make your life hell. I'm evil.
Yeah, we know.
But anyways, so the point being, though, there's a lot of great stuff in this haunt. Some great actors, some great scenes, but the circus stuff, the new stuff, out of place. I didn't feel it. I didn't enjoy it. It looked, frankly, cheesy compared to everything else they've done. And a lot of it's because everything else they've done with the special effects experience and the money they've spent and the care and attention is so good that the circus stuff just seems slipshod. Yeah, if this were done in like a more lower grade haunted attraction, it wasn't charging $25 a ticket, I would probably go, okay, it fits, it works. But here it seemed totally out of place, and it actually hurt the non-circus stuff. And to be clear, they dropped the circus thing.
Yeah.
You get like halfway through, it's like, okay, circus is done.
No. Oh wait, we've got to put clown masks back on people towards the end.
Yeah, I mean they kind of throw a little homage at the very end, but it's like, no, you totally dropped that theme and went with the more standard haunt stuff for a long time. Yeah. So quick, good, bad, best, worst?
Sure.
Alright, the good. For me, all the stuff that was there last year is solid, and I found the acting in general to be quite good.
Yes, I would agree with that completely.
Okay, the bad, I'm saying the circus stuff. Just say the whole sections involve the circus. Even the good parts of it were not as would have been better without the circus stuff.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean,
just don't find clowns scary. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Take your former boss through it. She'd get a hoot. Morbidly afraid. She's like talk show afraid of clowns. She needs to be on Montel or one of those shows with that fear.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz, one of those guys. No, the best for you.
The best is there was a girl who did an acrobatic.
I know who you're talking about already.
She bent backwards
and did a whole exorcist
on her hands and her feet all the way across the room.
You enjoy looking at my chin as I do that?
Yeah.
No, that was really, really cool. That was probably the most memorable part of that haunt. And also, I really, really enjoyed a lot of the props they had in there. Had some really good pneumatics and so forth, and they're just some of the attention, timing, and detail in those were impressive. The worst, I'm saying the line outside. It is easily the worst part of the experience.
Okay, fine. If you're going to take that for your worst, I'm going to take the lack of multiple succubi for mine.
Okay, I'm sorry, sweetheart. They didn't have... They're just
I usually get to flirt with them. And
I know. It's okay. You will live. You will live, sweetheart. Well, on that note, just the facts, ma'am. On the haunt is the Mortuary Haunted House at Cirque Du Fear. Don't say Cirque du Freak, even though they probably will. It's 4800 Canal Street, located right near the Metairie Cemeteries. Tickets are normally $25 each. VIP passes will let you skip the line. Probably a good idea if the line is long.
Right.
Are $35 if you get them online, or $45 at the door. But the online one charges a convenience fee that makes it almost $45.
Also, they have the blood drive van there where you can get free VIP tickets if you donate blood.
Yes. And there is a VIP package that includes a shirt for $55 and a VIP season pass for $88, which honestly, if you're going to go the distance to get in the VIP pass, you might as well do the season pass, because if you just go one more time, it pays for itself. If you go twice, it's done. The hours in October, it is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Opening at box office opens at 7 and shuts down at 11. That is not necessarily the haunt hours, as we found out. Be warned of that. They do have slasher nights on the 11th, 18th, and 25th, where tickets are $20. Those are Thursdays. And there is a Wednesday Family Fright Night, the 24th. Tickets are $15 a piece for groups of 4 or more. $10 off per ticket.
Right.
Recommendation from me: if you're just a casual haunter and you just want to do one haunt in the New Orleans area, ignoring Baton Rouge for a moment, because I know we love our 13th Gate.
Yeah.
But if you're just in the New Orleans area, I would say personally, House of Shock. Tickets are the same price. Weight is less. Solid haunt. But that being said, if you're a haunt fan and you like going to as many as you can, obviously a good one. Personally, I recommend the VIP ticket if you can't get there super early. But then again, that's just the nature of this haunt. The wait time is going to be excruciating, and frankly, it's not that much better with a VIP ticket from what I saw, especially if you do get there early. If you get there early, the VIP is a ripoff.
Yeah.
Seem fair?
Seems fair.
Well, on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Heart out of the can for the Mortuary Haunted House.